Hey everyone, it's me, Dragon again. This time we're gonna do a video game review. I am reviewing Dead Space Extraction. Guess we're in this almost kind of my pajamas now because it's late and I should really be going to bed because I have a science exam tomorrow. But you know what? I'm gonna fail it. I should have said at the end, but whatever. So Dead Space Extraction for the Wii is really good. To get out of the way, it's actually beats House. Whereas it actually beats not House Dead, Resident Evil, Dark Side Chronicles. Yes, it does. This game got it alright. It's got graphics, amazing graphics. It's really detailed. And you're worried they won't be able to take Dead Space from 360 and PS3 to the Wii. You're wrong. Because it's on the same game, different. It's on rails, what EA calls a guided experience, quote unquote. But you know, it's actually fitting, and it's better that way. Because one, the Wii is better fit for these kind of games, and two, it'd be kind of tough. I know maybe Resident Evil 4 might have done it, but this is that kind of game where you really can't cheat them. And also, I've seen EA's trying to, Visceral Games is trying to do something a bit different with how they approach Dead Space, especially in the means of, also, going from character to character, because you play as many different people during the campaign, it'd just be weird doing oversoul shooting. They might. And in other games, people complain. There are complaints about that. But in on-rail shooters, people don't complain as much. Because it's natural. So you know what? Hey, props to Visceral. The story is absolutely jaw-dropping. It's a prequel, so it's going to show some secrets. It's going to reveal the marker, but how they present it, how it evolves, very nicely. And yeah, the Necromorphs are in there. Necromorphs there's a huge variety of them, but you get to fight humans too. It's fun. There are some boss panels which are actually they put them in really nicely. You may think, you have boss battles in any on shooter, but just like that kind of game. These are deadly zombies. They're not that much. They're more like you see them, you go, "What the fuck are those?" But you know what? It's perfectly natural. The weapons in the game are absolutely amazing. They got all the one from Dead Space original. Got some new toys in there though, like the Force gun, which is really cool. Actually, it can really help you out. There's a rift gun, which is your base, but you have that the whole time. That's always on there. Infinite ammo, kind of weak, but once you upgrade enough, it's actually pretty good for pulling off headshots. But don't forget though, when Mega almost lose their head, they're still there, and they're more pissed off. They literally lost their head. Come on, you'd be pissed too. If you survive, even. There's a lot of replay value. The game is a good. Take at least, if you're playing on end, will take at least 4 hours to beat. That's actually a fair time for an overall shooter, maybe even less. If you're just blasting everything. They got a lot, but back to replayability. They have the challenge mode, which is 10 levels, which is really cool. It's more like really versus style. If you're playing with someone else, and it's kind of you have to survive. It's like a survival mode, but it's really, really good. There's even the original Dead Space comic, which is actually voice acted now. It's kind of like the Weird Pictures, the digital comic, which is really, really, really cool. They did that, and it's very interesting to see. And the voice acting is also really good. The voice acting for the game is amazing. They got some pretty good stuff in there. I guess the only complaint I have to say about the game is that it's a bit. The speed is a bit slow. There are these the puzzles in between, so when you're trying to hack a computer, are interesting enough, but they can also really bog you down, and they really fill the most inopportune moments, because you have to have a really steady hand, and you really want to set the steady hand for the Necromorphs, then spend like 30 seconds, which is actually not enough time, because these things move pretty fast. Not enough time to move it. Another, yeah, that's probably the only problem in the game, is the speed. It's a bit slow for my tastes, but it's still a really, really good game. If you're a junkie for this kind of game, the speed might turn you off a bit, but the scares are there. This is actually really, possibly, the scariest experience I've had in the Wii so far. Like, there's this one moment in the game, you'll know it when you see it. Here's the hint: twinkle twinkle little star. That's all you're gonna need. When it happens, you'll know it, and it's actually, if you're looking into it as much as I did, the psychology of it, really, and if you watch the original trailers for Dead Space, for the first one, you'll understand where I'm coming from with this. Why it was scary, because it makes so much sense. It's just more psychological. Well, the first one was psychological. Proving once again that Dead Space is doing a lot better. It can do a lot better than Resident Evil, and it is, in my view. It's got the scares, it's got the time, it's got the story, it's got the voice acting, it's got everything that Resident Evil has to keep getting. Capcom is not doing as good as they used to. Okay, Resident Evil 4, and it stopped there. Resident Evil 5, in my eyes, not as good as Part 4. Had some good stuff, but not as good as Part 4. Dead Space, I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with Part 2 when they put in the multiplayer mode. Definitely going to probably beat down Resident Evil 5's multiplayer mode. But for now, if I had to pick between this and Darkside Chronicles, this would definitely go into my way faster that you can kill a necromorph. So, I'm giving Dead Space Extraction 4.9 out of 5. This is an amazing game. If you have a Wii, you love survival horror, and you love Unreal shooters, definitely, this is really good. And the slow speed, I'm just going to say it's now just to save the game, only comes at some parts. And if you need any more to say, oh, it's Dead Space, but should I really get it? You can still slow down time on your enemies, and you can still grasp it with the kinesis. So don't worry. And the 0G levels are in there, and they're presented really nicely. So, you need anything else? Trust me, this is really a really good package. You cannot go wrong with Dead Space Extraction. And yes, it's Wii Zyber compatible. So you got one or two lying around, you got a friend who wants to kill something, have fun. Okay, that's the Extraction. Good game. Bye now. Stay monstrous, people.